Welcome, welcome everybody to Flow with Yvette. This is a magical show, and I am so pleased to interview Marlize Murray. She has been phenomenal with inspiring me from the very start, from the very minute I met her. I don't even know how many years ago. This girl has been a firebomb. She would hit rock bottom and she'd come right back up again, literally like a phoenix rising. So I want to give it over to her, introduce her. Marlize, welcome. We are so privileged and honored to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for that nice introduction.
You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. You can get straight into telling everyone listening and watching, what is it that you do? How do you help people? What are you involved in?
Okay, so there's a short answer and a long answer to this.
Sure.
And I'm going to start with a short answer. So in short, I do life coaching for moms and kids because I'm a mom and I know how hectic life can be. And I know that you have to run the kids and the work and the household and all of it. And it gets really hectic and you get lost in all of this and you forget about all the internal stuff and emotional development and all of it that still needs to happen. So that's the short answer. Life coaching for moms and kids. But now I'm going to actually interrupt myself. The reason that I gave there was because I am also a mom and I know how hectic life goes. But when you really go look at it and at your reasons why, and I think this is so important for everyone with a business to really know why you are doing what you're doing and to not look at the superficial reason, because that is kind of a superficial reason. So what you do is you keep asking why on your answers. So, okay, so my reason is hectic lifestyle, but why? So you would just keep asking why. Because I want to help people, but why? Because I'm struggling myself. So there you have a deeper meaning to this. And also, if you really go deeper into it, you will get to something really personal that happened in your life that moves you to do what you do. So the longer answer, and this is where the why now comes in, the longer answer is, I need parents to realize that every single action that you do, every word that you speak, your example, everything that your child sees and hears has an impact on them, especially if they grow older. So that is what I do. That's the longer answer. Because I was in this position. And even though we had a perfect family setup, I was always loved and taken care of and all of it. There were so many small, limited beliefs developing as a child. My parents didn't know. They didn't know about any of these things. I'm not blaming them for it, but now I'm struggling with money issues, money beliefs that are stuck in me from childhood. Things like just working. How do you work? How do you rush from one thing to the next to the next? What is the example that your children are seeing and how will it impact them?
Yes.
That is where I want to really get to the parents and specifically the moms to realize that, yes, we love our children. Yes, we provide for our children. We help them emotionally, all of these things. And we think they're okay, they will survive.
Yes.
But it's not always the case because small things, like I said, just rushing through your day and, it makes an impact and it creates a kind of not a calm. I can work calmly. I can concentrate on my work. I have to do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And that's not always healthy for the children when they are adults. It's going to impact their lifestyles.
It's so true, Marlize. And what you were saying about that money mindset, you don't realize the words you speak, how the child is developing beliefs and that subconscious programming. When you say something like, I can't afford it, it is major. And I have been, ever since I've been in mindset, manifesting, development, all of that, I teach it in every single program that I create because it is so powerful. And the one thing that I've taught my boys, if you see something that you would love, don't ever say, I can't afford it. Reframe it by saying, how can I afford it?
Yes.
Because also in one of my programs, I teach the reticular activating system, which is your RAS. And by asking really good questions, your brain is going to want to answer it, which is the reticular activating system. It's going to want to answer it. So if you just go, I can't afford it, your brain just goes, okay. I won't come up with any solutions, right? And when you say, how can I afford it? It is insane how much opens up for you. Yes. So it's so true what you say. Like sometimes we are not even aware of the words that we speak to our children. And it is just becoming so aware of that, that's why I feel like the work you do is so beautiful. It's going to be such a ripple effect on the world that you're not even going to know about, right? It's like those kids growing up 20 years from now and the impact on their lives, you won't even know it. It's just such a beautiful ripple effect.
I think awareness, making moms and parents aware that we don't have to just, react first thing. And it's, what is the subconscious? I think it's 93% or 97, I can't remember what, you act from your subconscious every day. Only 97% of your day happens from your subconscious.
That's it.
Set beliefs, set things that you've learned from your childhood, from your parents, from your adults in your life that you are now doing with your children. And I think to just make parents realize that only 3% of what you do with your children is conscious decisions. I mean, that is scary. That is actually scary. And that is when you should be asking the question now, how can I change this? How can I learn more? And that is what I do. So I teach the parents about these things so that they know not better ways, just different ways, how to deal with the kids. And really,
conscious, right? So you can create on purpose. So you can't, it's not just on default and you just go about your day. So that, like you say, it's very conscious, and you're actually then teaching the child conscious ways.
Yes.
And I mean, can you imagine a conscious world? It will just be absolutely phenomenal.
Yes. But also, I think disconnection, that is such a big thing in our world. We live disconnected. Social media just made it so much worse. We talk about our emotions in the home, or a child would come to you and say, this happened at school, and the mom will give her best answer. But are we really delving into, I'm just here, just connect with me in this moment, put down your cell phone, give me ways, tools, tricks, hacks, something, the tools that we learn in life coaching, right? To really deal with fear and deal with anxiety. And there's so many things that you can do. You don't have to give the simple answer of, my friend is fighting with me, so just, deal with her in love and let her go, whatever.
Sure.
There's better ways, different ways. There's so many different ways. And with your child, of course, your child the best, and you can choose the way that works for you and for your child. So
tell me, what inspired you? No, okay, so you've gone through this transformation. What I'm getting at is, what were the obstacles you faced? Like what you didn't wake up as an adult and you didn't just go into this, right? So what were all the obstacles you first had to face? But to me, those obstacles are just beautiful, magical life lessons. In the moment, we think it's horrible and you have to get through it. But when you get to the other side, for me, it's very much such a blessing, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, right?
Yes,
so
of
what
course.
are those obstacles? I really want anyone watching this to know that they are not alone, and to know that everybody goes through struggles. I promise you, it's not you. I know you want to be a unique little sparkly unicorn, which you are in your own right, but not when it comes to struggles and obstacles and breakdowns and meltdowns and not wanting to get out of bed and crying all day and all the things. So tell us a little bit about, what did you have to go through to get to this moment in time right now where you're so motivated about what you do and so passionate about what you do?
Yes. So I think the first thing is the why, like I've mentioned now. Really dive deep into the why. So I can tell you from the beginning that I did this, I didn't have my deeper why. So I want to help moms and kids, but I didn't have that personal connection to it. So I think that's the first thing you have to do. Really go deep into it, find a personal connection, because what happened was I would put out content and I would, buy my membership, join the membership because of the reasons, the superficial reasons. But now I can tell you that join my membership because you really need to know what's going on here. This is a really big problem. So I think that makes a really big difference. Of course, mindset is all about the mindset. What's the thoughts that you're thinking? So a huge obstacle for me was, like I mentioned, the money thing, money issues from my childhood that's still lingering. And also with just buy my membership, join the membership, I had to let go of completely not focusing on the money. That was my biggest obstacle, to really get into alignment of my reason why. And I am now going to touch people's lives, not because of the money, but because people need to hear these things and they need to know the impact on the kids. And so I worked on that. And because of the life coaching that I've had with you, and because I'm a life coach myself and I know the techniques, I was able to do this over a weekend, which can take longer, but I was able to really dive deep into this belief of mine that I need money now. That was pretty much it. I need money. So I need to put the program out there so that I can get the money. And I was able to release all of this in a weekend's time and focus on, I'm just doing this. Never mind the money. The money is a bonus. I want to help. I'm here to serve. I'm here for a reason. This is my reason for existing. And I can tell you that the moment that I let go of that was over the weekend. Between Sunday and Monday, I got 3 new clients.
Oh my gosh.
Just letting go, because now I'm aligned, and I'm aligned heart, mind, and thoughts and beliefs. And now it's coming to me. So your intention, what is your intention? The obstacles, I mean, there's so many. That was the biggest one, but I can tell
Okay,
you.
talk to me. Talk to me. When I met you, you were teaching Zulu to kids in school.
Yes.
And that was your passion, right? You were like doing this whole thing, and then there was a shift. So talk to me about that. Why I'm specifically asking is, people think that they only have one purpose in this lifetime. And I truly believe that as you grow and develop as a person, your purpose grows and develops with you. Yes. Okay, so I have done so much in my life, and every time I've created something, it's like, this is the thing. And when you look at it 6 months down the line, it's developed even more. So that's why, just to like show people listening and watching, how did you go from teaching Zulu in schools, driving from school to school to school to school, to I'm a life coach and I coach mothers with their children, right? It's just so different. So please
Yes.
talk to us about that. I find it
Well,
fascinating.
it starts way before that, actually, even. When I was done with school, I studied biochemistry. I don't even know if you know that about me. I
I
studied
don't.
biochemistry. And then I studied journalism. And then I went into beauty and I had a salon. And I've done so many things. And I think that I've never went into the deeper self, first of all, to know what I wanted to do. The biochemistry was like, sitting in a lab all day, I'm not going to do this. And luckily, I had the provisions. My dad was just always providing to go, okay, let's do the next thing. Let's try the next thing. So I was in a position that I could do that. And journalism. And then I found out for the practical, you have to actually go and journal and really dive into war and all of that. And I didn't want to do that. So I stopped that and I did the beauty, which I did for a couple of years. But then the beauty was after hours, Saturdays, Sundays, and I was starting a family and I fell pregnant with my little girl. And I went like, I'm not going to sit at the salon until 7, 8 o'clock and have the baby. That's just not working. And so I sold the salon, and I think only when I had my children did I realize that I need to work with children. I've never had the life experience to push me into the right direction. So I kind of had to wait, and I was doing all of these things just to get to a point where now I have the right experience. Even though I'm way older than your average person starting a business, I had to have the experience of having children and raising them for a while to know that I can do this and I have a passion for this. So I started with a Zulu, and that was awesome. That was really cool. But because of circumstances, I had to shift. And I think it's not only, me going into a different direction because of passion, but because of COVID, which happened in 2020. That was then. I had to stop doing this and I gave it a really good go at it. But the kids cannot learn online. And we had the whole year that I couldn't go to the schools. So I was forced by circumstances to go sit down and say, okay, what am I going to do now? Where am I going? New direction, where these things that are limiting me now to work are not limitations anymore. But by then I already had, I want to work with kids. So I had to go into how do I then align working with children and doing it in a way that is not, overcoming those obstacles as well of COVID and not going out to them specifically and so on. So moms are, of course, easier. We can do it online. We can chat. I can do workshops. I can do, ebooks, whatever it is. And I can work. So that was how, and but I also, yes, I absolutely agree with you. I think that it's first of all about purpose, not about passion. You don't find your passion. There's so many things out there that says just find your passion and you'll be happy and your work has to be your passion. And I don't think that's true. I think you have to first of all find your passion, your purpose, and then your passion grows according to your purpose. So the more that you align your thoughts, your motivation, your reasons, your why, with all of that, the more your passion will grow and the wider your vision will go and the clarity, it just becomes clear, all of the things that you do. So I think shifting is part of life. We have to be able to adapt.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
It's so safe, even in the struggle, either having no money or not coping with something. It's so safe and easy to stay there because you know that discomfort, right? And it's comfortable there. It's making the choice to shift out of that, because it's really hard work to work on your mindset. Your brain doesn't want to know that.
Yes,
I
and
mean,
it's
your brain is going to,
continuous.
yes, and it's going to keep saying, but this is uncomfortable, but I'm feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you should go and have a nap. Maybe you should. And it is to overcome that, to like really say to your brain, I can do this. I'm capable. I
Yes,
really want this. So how
yes.
about you jump on board and work with me?
Yes,
So,
but again, the reason, if your why is not going to be big enough, then you won't be able to make that shift and get out of your comfort zone. You have to be
exactly.
so driven by your own reason and your own why.
Yes.
I actually heard a girl say the other day, if you put content out there, social media content, and you are not excited about it, and you don't want to read your own post over and over again, then how are other people going to do it? So
It's
you have
all comes down to energetics. That's it.
Yes.
If you work on your frequency, your energy level, your excitement, your vibration, by
Yes.
starting with your intention, the first step of the 5 steps of manifesting,
Yes.
the intention is why. But it's not just because I want money. Why do I want money? But why? But why?
No.
And yeah, that is so important. And it's also really important to write it down somewhere that you can see, because you forget your why.
Yes. Yes.
Your
Yes.
brain kind of like sort of, let's forget about this because then maybe she'll stop and then we don't have to do all the scary things. So it's really important to have it in a diary, on your phone, post-it notes on your computer, like whatever, like read it every single day. Get up and read it, read it, read
Yes.
it, read
And
it.
and before creating content and before creating workshops and before creating anything, remember why you're doing this. Why am I putting my stuff out there?
I love
So,
that.
so that was a
So
big
on that note, I want to ask you, what is an affirmation or a mantra that you would say to yourself over and over, especially when someone says no, or it feels like you're putting out content and no one sees it. It feels like you're doing all the work and no one sees it. All the things, right? It's not just, oh, my mindset is great and I've got this powerful why, therefore everything is going to fall into place. Like that's the hope and dream. But what gets you through those difficult times? Is there something that you program your
yes.
mind that you can repeat?
A mantra that I'm using is I trust, therefore I fear not. Therefore I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that so much.
So that's the one that I use. I trust, therefore I fear not. So I can completely just, okay, that's fine. Letting go of all of it. The moment that worry starts to kick in, or doubt is just a big thing,
Massive.
always, everywhere. So I trust, therefore I don't worry anymore. That helps. But I've also learned that having a mantra, doing affirmations is so much about your own personal wording that you use. I've used sentences and I struggled with them, and then I changed just a word or ordered just the order of the words in the sentence, and my mind goes, oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
so this is a very
The,
first thing,
it's
yeah.
so true. The more personal you can make it, the more
Yeah.
you can relate to it, right?
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
Yes.
There was something now on my mind that I wanted to ask you. Oh, tell us about, I know you went into social media and that a little bit as well. So tell us how, for the people out there struggling to get clients, doesn't know like what to do and stuck in that rut, how do you source your clients? Like, I know you South African based.
I'm South
Firstly,
African.
is it throughout South Africa, or is it really always one-on-one? And how do you source your clients? How do they come into your world, besides you literally attracting them into your world?
So I've got different things that I do to help moms really organize, because I think also the rushed world, the hectic, all of it. If I just look at school communication, WhatsApp groups, all of the WhatsApp groups, it's so much. So I've added a VA service to all of this. And for the VA, I can do that anywhere in the country. We do it online. All the work is online. So that's everywhere.
Um,
just to help moms organize their schedule, and especially moms that runs their own businesses, to kind of, you give the admin to me and you do your thing. So I know that that is a big thing. With moms being hectically busy, I can even schedule grocery time in there, you know, that helps. Um,
Fabulous.
yeah, but that is everywhere, and my membership is online, so that's everywhere. But then I also, when I work with the kids, that is only in my area, because kids I do in person. So that is
Okay.
for everyone. I'm in Pretoria, so if you're willing to drive to Pretoria, I will work with your kids. So we overcome fears. We work on anxiety and the pressure at school. And, you know, I have to be the best. I have to be driven, and all of those beliefs that are stuck. So I can work with the children there, but then I work one-on-one. So that is the Pretoria Gauteng area. And there was one more thing. Yeah, the kids. So the kids are actually, I have kids on my membership as well. So that's a WhatsApp group that I run the whole membership on. And the children are also welcome to jump on there. All the content is very safe and easy to understand. And I share, like we're doing gratitude now. So I will tell you why it's important, how it changes your brain and your body, why you have to have gratitude practices in your lifestyle, and how you can implement it. Different tools, build a gratitude tree, for example. So there's a lot of practical things that the kids also understand. You know, they don't have to do the science part of it. You just do the fun part, crafting, whatever. So that is for the entire South Africa. I feel that in the community, I really want to start here. South Africa, because I know the South Africa lifestyle. I think it's I can relate to this. The moment
You
I
have to
start
be a tough
advertising,
cookie.
yes, the moment I start advertising overseas, I will have to do so much research first on their lifestyles and stuff. So I'm just starting here. But yeah, just for the one-on-one for the kids, it's only Pretoria, but the rest is
And
nationwide.
then, no, that's awesome. And then you've got a couple of million to work with. That's perfect.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then the
Every
second
mom
part of
in
the
South
question,
Africa.
100%. The second part of the question was, how do you get your
Oh,
clients? Like where
okay.
are you
So
sourcing them from?
yes, so I'm on Facebook. I am changing TikTok up a little bit. I like to work with Facebook and TikTok. So I do all of my advertising there and so on. I've got local in Pretoria WhatsApp groups that I
Cool.
advertise on. Um, and then a lot of, I think always I go back to the old school word of mouth. So there's a lot of clients coming in from there as well, from school, you know, moms that know me and friends and so on. I think it's important to, yes, you have your online marketing and so on, but always focus on around you as well. And remember that, like for me going to school, again, the example that I put out, this is what I do for a living. So it's not going to help if I go there and I'm moody and I'm, you know, whatever, the mom see this. It's a
Yeah,
part of,
what a
part of,
motivation for you, right?
yeah.
To just
So,
like
so
be in your,
yeah, yeah, you have to have your kind of your mind together, because
yeah,
if this is my example, and just by your example, you can reach the people around you as well. So I think that's a big part of, well, marketing, but also influencing, you know, and getting your message out there. It's all about the message, right? Your product, your message. And but online, yeah, and then I have a website, www.legendmoms.co.za, and everything is on there. You will find there's free what do you call it, worksheets that you can download. And there's I'm starting with workshops now again, and I'm working on, that was the other thing that I wanted to mention. The workshops at the moment is also only local, because I like to see people in person and make a tea party out of it. But I am working on getting that online as well, so that I can do the whole South, reach the whole South Africa, working on it. And then I've got some guides. It's not really ebooks, a little bit ebooks, but guides to, one of them is for meditation, for Christian moms specifically. How do you incorporate prayer with meditation? And I've got a nice guide for kids that it's like a one page. On this one page, we're talking about memory. And the idea of the book is to go through the memory, for example, and to take that one thing for the week. So it's not a read through and you're done with the book. You take the one page and you go work on it for a week and make it yours and implement it into your lifestyle. And then the next one is self-confidence and my parents and the world. And I'm trying to think, I read this a while ago. And all of these subjects, the book is called 20 Things Every Kid Should Know.
Oh,
So,
I love that.
yeah, so I deal with 20 topics: love, self-respect, discipline, manners. And then you take that one topic and you go and apply it in your lifestyle.
I love
So
that.
that's for the kids, yeah. So it's very
And for the kids, I think the adults also need that. Any guidance we can get is fantastic.
Yes. So yes, there's a book for the moms as well, a guide that's just for, being your best mom self, that has a couple of things in about scheduling, about my example, about technology. So I have this really big thing, when you raise your kids, the first couple of years, absolutely, you have to do discipline, you have to teach them, you have to be the mom, you have to really just, this is what we do, and be strict and get them to understand, subconsciously program them, the kids, for life. And then after a certain age, when they become teenagers, you'll always be the mom, but you kind of stop being the mom and you become the best friend. And you take them out for coffee, and because then you won't have all the teenage issues that also talked about. Then you are the best friend, and they know, because I think that's the biggest problem. Again, the disconnection that we have, to go from, I'm only talking to my friends about this, I'm going to sit in my room and be on WhatsApp. Instead, now I'm going to go have a coffee with my mom and discuss this issue. So, yeah, so that's also, now for those of you with small kids, now's the time to really prep them into that. One day I will be your best friend. And it's not so long off. I mean, how quickly does time fly? So, at a certain point, you have to kind of stop the teaching. I'm done now. You will always be teaching as a mom, but it's less of that and more of just, I'm your friend.
Yes. Yeah, let's chat. I really want to know what's going on with you today.
Yes.
I think that is the thing I love. That's probably the highlight of my day every day, is to just have that connection with my boys. Like, what is really going on? And it's so funny. What the spin-off of that is that when you can really just sit down and really listen to them, like they know that they're important and they're seen. The spin-off to that is, I can be cooking or I can be doing whatever I'm doing, and suddenly one of them would come to me and like, Mom, I have to tell you this. And it's something so random. And I know a normal teenager would never share that.
Yes.
Because they would think their parent wouldn't think it's important enough. So I really feel that the more you can deeply connect to them, that they really know that they matter, that they know that they light up your world and you want to know what's on their mind. I'm so passionate about that. I'm so glad you brought that up. I think it is such a beautiful topic. It's lovely.
I actually just want to add there, yes, you listen to them and you're connected to them, that connection, but then not trying to fix the situation, just holding space and just listening. I'm not trying to fix you. I'm not going to try to give you any advice. I'm done teaching. I'm your friend. I'm supporting you and I'm listening. And I think then a lot of the time, I think kids just need that as
They
well.
do. Just to feel heard. So
Yes.
on the subject of like teenagers, for our last little question, what
Yes.
is something, if you go back to when you were 16, you know, like we all go through turmoil when we're 16, it's like the big number, or 13, whatever your number was, what advice would you give her, knowing what you know in life now? What would you go back and go and tell little Marlize, with a face full of pimples or whatever, greasy hair, I don't know, like struggling, you know, what would
Yeah.
if you sit next to her on the bed and just pass some wisdom of where you are right now in this moment, what would you say to her?
I think I will tell her to breathe. Just be okay where you are. And that is a lesson that I've learned so much later in my life. No matter where you are, your circumstances at that moment, that is where you're supposed to be. And that is okay. Um, it's fine to plan for the future, but live in the present. So I think that's always been a thing with me. What am I going to do next? Where am I going to?
Yes.
Where am I going to end up? And I think that's always also why I studied so many things, because it's the future, it's the future, it's the future.
Yeah.
And just, where am I now? What am I doing now? What do I want to do now? What is my message now? Yes, that would be my my
I
answer.
absolutely, yeah, you don't even have to elaborate. I absolutely love that. And it's so true. You know, the worry comes from future. It's
Yes.
always and it's so true. If you can just hold that breath, just holding the breath calms your nervous system so much that you feel you can cope with anything. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Marlize, you have been an absolute delight.
I just want to add this. And this is something that I've been listening to, or I was listening to a Simon Sinek podcast the other day. And
Yeah.
this really hit me. While we're talking now about the future, when you're setting goals, and I think this is also something that somewhere along the line, along the selfish lifestyles that we live and the disconnection from people, this really this was really something that hit home for me. While planning and especially in your business, and going back to the money mindset as well, when you plan and when you set goals, remember to add a very important part there that I've now only been starting to do. Yes, okay, so my goal is I want to do $1 million in 5 years. But the section that we are all missing is, how am I going to serve others? This is my goal. So how am I going to get there? What am I going to do? All of the steps, actions, all of it. But a very important thing is serving. And I think that takes the stress of the money as well, to just go, I am here to serve. We have to touch the lives of the people around us, and we're not going to do that just with money. The money can help. Or if I have this money now, okay, so I've made my million now, how am I serving with this? Not just, I want to buy the car and I want to buy the
Yes.
house, keep on with the
Yes.
selfishness of it all. But really think about the people around you. That's the thing that I
Yes.
just wanted to mention now, for the inspirational business owners that are listening to all of this.
Yes.
Remember to put the service in there. It's
No,
important.
for sure. I love that. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. I always have a blast sitting, chatting to you. Everybody, if you want to get hold of Marlize, I'm going to drop all her details in the description below. So you can go and click on any of her links, get hold of her, have a chat, join her groups, join her memberships. Your life will only get better by connecting with this very special human. Trust me when I say that. Very, very, very beautiful, special, dear to my heart human. Thank you, Marlize. I really appreciate you coming on and inspiring every soul that needs to be inspired, that it will be touched by your words. I know that for a fact. You are a light in this world, and I want you to shine even brighter.
You are so awesome. Thank you. It is an honor to be here with you. Thank you so
my
much.
sweetheart. So much love for you. Thank you so much for your presence. And I only wish you the most incredible success going forward. Just keep growing, keep expanding, and keep touching lives. Lots of love, Angel.
Thank you.